RealFMGrenada.com. Now, folks have been complaining that they're not hearing me in the live. Okay, fine, yeah. I know. So, put it this way. I didn't know. I just realized because I got a message from a friend. Okay, so Kenneth, good morning. And let me see what the friend's saying now. Yeah, the friend said, yeah, we get now. Okay, fine. Yo, I really didn't know, I would have done so and go whole day just like that. Joan Francis, what happening? Maria Alex. Caroline, good morning. Yeah, yep, you heard your PM yesterday. Right now, you're in Donkey Glory. You're your Prime Minister and your representative yesterday. You're walking on ice now. Or walking on sunshine, whichever. Shirley Lecret, what's up? No, not Shirley Francis. Shirley Francis is celebrating birthday today. She ain't bothered with nothing else. God, the richest blessings to everyone. Thanks, Shirley. Landon! Well, I know you're hearing me now. Venetrice, good morning. Top of the morning to you, girl. Nice to have you. Vanessa, Errol Bonaparte, Tamika Moses. Good morning to every single one of you. Let's see if we going again. Yeah, Caroline, you could laugh till you fall down, huh? Keith, you make that mistake based on what you just typed there, and you are a dead man walking. You're a dead man walking if you do what you say you will do there. Crazy? What? You gotta be. Yeah, Caroline, laugh till you fall down. Yeah, you're barely fooled there now. One little piece of Kit Mitchell your hair, so one little piece of twingy Kit Mitchell your hair. And right now you're starring. You're there in Donkey Glory, you laughing. Everything nice for you, Caroline. Anytime you hear Dr. Mitchell, boo, papi, you gone clear. Making no joke with you. Anyway, let me just take care of something here. I wonder. Yeah, let me see what it is. First, and then I would do so. So, how we do that? How we do this? Yeah, we're going to do it this way. Yeah, that's a better way to do it. And put this over here, so. Right. Man, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Andrew Donald. Good morning.
Yes, and how can I help you? Who is this and how can I help you, please?
This is Miss Camille Teresa Scott, Mr. Andrew Donald.
I don't know you. Where are you from?
Saying good morning to Miss Shirley. Happy birthday, Michelle. And good morning to the lovely Grenadian people, home and abroad. Yes, Andrew. This is Camille.
How you know today, Shirley?
Well, I always listen to the radio station.
I thought you told me you can't get it.
And I told you since last month, I've got it. Jawanda, good morning. And Miss Yolan Smith, Ambassador, good morning. Mr. Watts, Patricia, also to Mr. Anthony Boson, good morning. I told you I've got it, Mr. Donald. I listen to the cricket on your station. You're not listening to Miss Cammy?
No, I don't listen to Miss Cammy, right?
All right. Well, that's all right. Well, I listen to you. And good morning to Raman and KV and Fluffy and all these guys and them number 6 zone. Good morning. I just saying good morning. I missed the interview yesterday morning with you and the Prime Minister because I left to go down to collect. Yes. So when I reach in town and I switch on, all you had ready things. So I'm sorry. I don't know if you will play the clip again one day. So I could hear. That's my request because I did not hear my Prime Minister. Good morning, sir.
Okay.
How are you doing? I did not make it on church Sunday because I was not feeling well. And I know you look out for me. Good morning. And morning to Miss Yolan Bain Horsford and Mom, good morning. Mr. Olivier, good morning. All the ministers, everybody in Grenada, opposition, everybody. Sandra Thomas in Hermitage. Good morning, darling. I'm alive.
Is Sandra Thomas, is that the former Prime Minister's wife?
Yes, that's my good friend. Even before.
No. I'm just trying to make sure that it's
Sandra
what you're talking about.
Yeah. And Brother Tilly and Sandra, always my friend. I work with Miss Thomas,
Yeah.
Yes.
You know the interesting thing, and this is not a good thing. You know, I could pass this lady in the road and I don't really know her.
Very nice, quiet.
I can pass her in the street and she might think that I'm being disrespectful, but I don't know her.
No, she wouldn't think that way.
She's
not that type of person.
Yeah, I don't know her at all.
When Miss Thomas was having that son assurance Ron, and that's my good friend, Kilmanson. She liked me Marby boy, and I saw Baba Dean at Marby, And every morning the lady wants a bottle of cold Marby, Ron.
Yes, so
and that little boy, anytime he visits Grenada,
he like the Marby?
He always come by Miss Cammy, bring me little honey, me local honey for me, nice child. Yeah, she love me, Marby. She used to get a bottle every morning. Rain, everybody, good morning. So, Mr. Donald, I live in St. George's now. I'm Sheldon, good morning, and Mr. Romaine, Devon.
You listen
Devon,
to
I want a breadfruit boy. I can't even pick what on my tree.
You listen to Sheldon last night?
Mr. Donald, on my tree, but he's quite up. He's afraid to climb the tree.
I mean?
They pray.
Xander could climb, Xander.
Xander, that's my boy. That's my boy.
Yeah,
and I love by the people of this country, He really loved by these people. Yes. Anyhow, I'm leaving home now. Good morning to everybody, and we all are blessed and wonderful day. Andre, go play the clip one day again. Wait, what about KB? KB morning.
KB day, man. I spoke to him 2 days ago.
And Mr. Clayton, good morning, sir.
Yeah, Clayton.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I don't have not these 2 days to sell. My things are them young. The fig and blogger, they're young.
Okay.
Yes.
You must plant some cucumber, Cam. You must plant some cucumber, Cam.
Huh? What?
Cucumbers.
The most cucumber I make is in this yard here. I give away nice cucumbers. Yeah. I guide one of the boss man and bring these seeds for me. Yeah. And other guy in the Ministry of Finance, Simon, and I make real cucumbers.
Try it again.
This gets a I'll get something, you know.
Why you on the
Mr.
seeds?
Donald,
why you on the seeds?
This house, was blessed. Anything I put on around that place here, it bears a lot.
It was given with love. It was given with love.
Thank you. That is why I the biggest enemy on the bus terminal, because I support the NNP government. That is what's going on. But I was blessed for that house spot. I went one day and the same day I got that house spot. And I blessed Mr. Donald. I could live on that. Me blogger, me pig, me little yam, me peas, me sorrel, whatever. And I always have to give a friend when they're going back to England or America. Don't sauce up I have now. Sauce up. Plenty sauce up. And coconut I plant around. I'm going to reap the harvest with my coconut water just now. So, we need to have a good day, everybody. And I'll be down in a while. Them boss me, I'll be down in a while. Yes, have a blessed day. My nephew in Shantimel, Jerry, behave yourself. Have a good day, and Cousin Mary. Bye-bye. Mr. Donald?
What?
Tell you when I say I love her.
But tell her for yourself, she's listening.
Yolan, I love you, girl, with all my heart. Only me food that give me problem, and people cussing me for Kit Mitchell. Every time they pass, they have to say something dirty, and that does hurt me. They don't really hurt me as if they don't have mother too. You can't cuss in old people. Can't cuss in old people, or they will get old too. Don't curse people. Be nice. Be nice to people. Be grateful for what we have. You understand? The other side didn't do nothing for you. Come over. Thing happening. Come over. Have a blessed day, Mr. Donald. I'm going to sleep and make me dollar today.
Goodbye.
Whatever I get, I say thank God. Mr. Watts, I know you're listening. You're back home. You're back in America. Good morning, and you and your lovely wife have a blessed day.
And Mr. Watts never passed by me. I don't make no joke.
God. Don't make, oh God, no. Oh God, they were so busy with it.
Nope.
He loves you with all his heart. And I know he's tuning in right now. He's listening to you.
That's why I dump him right now.
Watch. New York, Brooklyn people listen to you, all over the world, If my son could be in Iraq, and mommy, who this man you calling every morning day? Who this man? They hear you loud and clear. Okay. Loud and clear.
Ambassador Smith just said, morning, Cammy.
Yes, she was in the dimple my light up on she face.
I would know what no dimple and no face.
I love you, girl. And she niece and nephews not passing me in the street. They stopping to say hi. Who's you then, child? I do and them. They're telling me this. She little nieces and she nephews don't pass me scamming. And Mr. Donald, you have people that they always have to say something nasty about me and my foot. And they must tell me. Boss, good morning, boss. Have a wonderful day.
One thing before you go, Cammy.
Yes, sir.
she sent good morning to you, and I just looked because she changed her profile picture.
Yeah.
And I look at the profile picture that she has up, Cammy.
Yeah.
And I'm not seeing her. It's a picture of her, but I'm not seeing her.
She get more beautiful?
No, I'm seeing Magdalene.
She mom.
That's what I'm seeing. I'm not seeing
The bush
her.
lady?
Yes. She ain't nowhere. In that picture, forget that. Yolan does not exist in that picture. It's Magdalene right there, so.
Yes.
Seriously.
Anyway, anyhow, I love you, girl. And
care.
Miss Grant. I don't hear Miss Grant. Miss Grant must give us a call. Miss Grant, you must give us a call while we say if you're in England still. Give us a call.
Yeah, she's in England. Take care.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Love you all, guys. Grenada.
All right, one love.
Yeah.
It's real. From the studios of 91.9 located Main Street Satyrs. The Baghdad in Iraq. No, not the Baghdad in Simu. No. The Baghdad in Iraq. So says Cammy. Good morning, Grenada.
What you say?
Yeah, Ambassador Smith. You look like your mom there. Wow.
What you say?
Somebody just called me and say, Andre. Okay, let me just read. Not call. They messaged me. Let me just read. Let me see where the thing is. Okay. You're jealous. We bad for the doctor. Leave the doctor alone. So I decided I'm gonna play that one. Whipper! Dynamic radio. Radio is never done like that in Grenada. This is where radio starts and stops. Leave him!
All of them that give in the verdict about the doctor getting me sick. I don't know why they wouldn't mind the stinking business. Leave the man in peace. I say, leave the damn doctor. Look, don't get me mad. Leave the damn doctor. Why say, or is murder in Trinidad? Leave the damn doctor. He ain't trouble on you. Leave the damn doctor. Where do you do? Leave the damn doctor. Where you leave the damn doctor.
Whipper!
Leave me down, doctor. Yes, the other party is there. They can't handle their own affair. They're stumbling with all the plan. Still they're harassing the blasted man. I say, leave it down, doctor.
Whee!
And don't get me mad. Down, doctor.
Excuse me.
Murder in Trinidad. Leave me.
More than good. Leave the damn doctor.
He ain't trouble on you. Leave me down, doctor. Well, or is murder in Trinidad?
I guess Sparrow to remix that.
They're making so much confusion, but race riot in England. They should kick them from Scotland Yard. We have the same question in Trinidad. I say, leave me down, doctor. And don't get me mad. Leave me down, doctor. It's murder in Trinidad. Leave me down, doctor. Why say, he ain't trouble on you. Leave me down, doctor. Hey, where you do, well do.
Whipper! Beatrice, you like that one? I know. I bet you're dancing.
Well, the way how things shaping up, all this nigger business must stop. I tell you soon in the West Indies, it's please, Mr. Nigger, please leave it down, doctor. And don't get me mad. Leave it down, doctor. Nor is murder in Trinidad. Leave it down, doctor.
Whipper!
He ain't trouble on you. Leave it down, doctor. Yes, where you do, you well do. Leave it down, doctor.
Maria, you want to know if I'm feeling well today? Well, judge by the program. Don't judge by... Yesterday I was in a mess, yeah. Today... Hey, when it's nice, you do it twice. If it's sweet, you must repeat. Boiling like water in a pot. using the very last drop. Who won the Vex? I like this one.
All of them that give in the verdict about the doctor getting me sick. I don't know why they wouldn't mind the stinking business. Leave the man in peace. I say, leave the damn doctor. Look, don't get me mad. Leave the damn doctor. Why say, or is murder in Trinidad? Leave the damn doctor. He ain't trouble on you. Leave the damn doctor. Where do you do?
Yeah, my girls going. You had to take care of my girls. Them that does take care of me when people want to do something, fight me right here. I say, yo, girls, roll them out. Now, we don't block anybody. We don't do that. We take your comments and we deal with you.
Yes, the other parties, they can't handle their own affair. They're stumbling with all the plan. Still they're harassing the blasted man. I say,
leave the damn doctor.
And don't get me mad.
Leave me damn doctor.
Way, or is murder in Trinidad. Leave me damn doctor. He ain't trouble on you. Leave me damn doctor. Way, or is murder in Trinidad.
Blow boy. Yes, somebody online. Good morning.
Praise the Lord. Good morning. To God be the glory, great things He has done. Good morning, Mr. Donald. Hello?
Good morning. How that sound like you, sir?
Well, it's me. One family.
Yeah, and then how that sound like you, sir?
One family. Well, I want to wish my daughter happy birthday this morning, and also Tommy Matthew, which is my cousin. I want to wish them both happy birthday and God's blessing with all of them. And I know what's coming tomorrow, please God. So I ain't talking again.
You ain't talking again, huh?
No. Because I know somebody's smiling somewhere.
You know nothing, huh?
Yes, she's smiling.
She's smiling? How you know? You talked to her?
Last night we talked.
Oh, okay.
Mommy, I go?
Yeah. If you know she's smiling, she's smiling. Let me leave her alone, eh?
Monksfish, Boli, and Madels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. So, darling, you have a blessed day.
Thanks.
And all the best.
Take care of yourself.
Tell Shirley and Abby are trying to get them and I can't get them. I don't know what's going on.
Well, Shirley listening, so she'll call you.
Well, I heard her this morning
she's
because
listening, so she'll call you.
I was trying to get you long before them come on.
Okay.
Right, so I heard her.
Okay.
So you have a blessed day and all the best with you, darling.
You too, Mamzelle.
Okay, love.
All right, take care.
Right.
It's real, it's 91.
Way, or is murder in Trinidad. Leave me down, doctor. He ain't trouble on you. Leave me down, doctor. Way, or is murder in Trinidad. They're making so much confusion, but race riot in England. They should kick them from Scotland Yard. We have the same question in Trinidad. I say, leave me down, doctor.
What you do?
Leave me down, doctor. It's murder.
Yeah, my England friend, you like that one?
Why say?
Yeah.
He ain't trouble on you. Leave me down, doctor. Yeah.
What you do? You well do.
Sing. Well, the way how things shaping up,
Cynthia dancing.
nigga business must stop.
You must.
Soon in the West Indies.
Morning, Wendy.
Please, Mr. Nigga, please leave me down, doctor. And don't get me mad. Leave me down, doctor. Or is murder in Trinidad.
Whoopa!
Yes, he ain't trouble on you. Leave me down, doctor. Yes, where you do you well do. Leave me down, doctor.
This is Real 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. Hey, friends, we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, I got to say special happy birthday to someone special right here in the town. Satyrs.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent. Perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines. Yet suitable for your hand wash. Soft on your hands. Ozone disinfectant cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness. Keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents: soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
Who wants to save 30%? Everybody! Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the most reliable fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, it only gets better. Terms and conditions apply.
Our senior women's national team continue their CONCACAF Women's Qualifiers campaign, this time against the Cayman Islands on Wednesday, 6th April 2022 at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Kickoff is at 5 p.m. Grab your tickets for just $20 EC from the Grenada Football Association headquarters at Queen's Park. They are limited. COVID protocols will be in effect and all fans must be vaccinated against COVID-19 to enter. Grenada versus the Cayman Islands CONCACAF Women's Qualifiers, Wednesday, 6th April, 5 p.m. at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Feel the passion. Let's support our girls.
Spare your pocket, spare the earth, always act when let you come first. Save energy, save a dime, reduce your wattage and reduce your time. When you use appliances, make sure you buy energy efficient every time. Spare your pocket, spare the earth, always act when let you come first. Spare your pocket, spare the earth, always act when let you come first.
We got the call on our way home that something was wrong. When we got here, we saw that the entire house was engulfed in flames. Just sitting there and looking at basically your whole life investment going up in flames. It did take a toll on us as a family. Once we decided to rebuild, the thought came up to use the Housing Authority of Grenada. After they sent in their quotation, which we thought was very, very reasonable, we decided to go with Housing Authority of Grenada. They were very helpful. They visited the site weekly. The staff was very professional. The contractor was very professional. They delivered our house on time. The quality of work was amazing. And as you can see today, we are not disappointed. I would definitely recommend Housing Authority of Grenada for all your construction needs. With their affordable costs, high level of customer service, guidance, and building expertise, they will help you as they help us.
There comes a time in every household when a loved one passes on, and we all need the support and guidance of a trusted friend. Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home has been your dedicated friend. And now, for your convenience and added financial ease, we introduce specially designed complete funeral packages from as low as $5,500. Same professional quality services, but now greater choices at the lowest possible prices. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. Conditions apply. Serving you from locations in St. George's, Grenville, and Carriacou. Call us at 440-2302 any time of day. Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home, continuing a tradition of excellence.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
The Division of Youth Development would like to inform young persons who have registered for the new Imani program Batch 8 that the official launch of the program will be held on Thursday, 31st March 2022. The event will be held at the National Cricket Stadium under the Royal Lewis and Junior Murray stands from 10 a.m. As a result, the orientation session will be held immediately following the official launch. Registrants should also walk with a photograph and proper identification. The Division of Youth Development reminds that only persons who registered between the period March 14th to March 25th will be facilitated at the orientation.
The first word when you speak about furniture is classic. Yes, at Classic Furniture, they design and make the best in local furniture. All their products are made from the finest local wood available on island. You think it, they design it and make it to your expectations. The highest standards at the best possible price, and they also provide higher purchase for you, their valued customers. Located on Ben Jones Street in Grenville, with their factory at Chantemelle in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of the finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchens, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces to look like the first day they were made. Hey, give us a call on 442-4645 and 442-9726. Classic Furniture, Grenada's homegrown furniture producers.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive.
Color by Sissons.
Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of color.
Color by Sissons.
Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Sissons. Sissons. Express your style with Color by Sissons.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the credit union of Grenville, takes you where you want to be. Feel secure with the Credit Union of Grenville, taking care of all your financial needs, including savings, loans, mortgages, and sound financial advice. Serving you with branches on Jubilee Street in Grenville, Lucas Street in St. George's, and coming soon, our Grandstand sub-office. Call us on 442-8602 or visit one of our offices. With Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, your financial security is guaranteed.
It is real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. Moving now to exactly a minute and 30 seconds, and that is before the 8 o'clock hour. Here's another special time.
Happy birthday, happy.
Now, this is a special happy birthday. Jendi, good morning to you. Happy birthday, my dear. Had to do this one especially for you.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy
take it up a couple of notches, any. To all the March born, happy birthday. Jendi, this is especially for you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
So, Jendi, you heard it. Eh? It was especially played for you on today, your birthday. May you live to see many, many more birthdays to come. Straight up, it's 8 o'clock. Good morning, friends. Red door. Red door. No, not a red door we have here. It's a pink and some other color on the I don't know what other color on the other side, but I don't remember. But Red Door, the novel. Yeah. Now, that novel has been making rounds for some time now, and I need to get a copy of it so that I can read it and tell you about it. But Red Door, the novel, has been making the rounds, and somebody needs to tell me how I can put my hands on a copy of it. Who would know? Dr. Joseph, good morning to you. Yeah, you should know a bit about Red Door, the novel. So you let me know how I can put up my hands on a copy of it. And yeah, we'll be able to I'll be able to read and think. Brenda Narayan. Brenda Narayan, good morning. Is Brenda in Grenada still? Let me see. Could be. Good morning, Brenda. Have a wonderful day. If you don't hear, I hope somebody tells you that I said have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Right? Who else? Who else? Oh, everybody talking about that slap. Yo, I don't know. You know, because the situation is, you know, and let's look at it and understand this. North Americans have a strange way of having fun. They can insult each other and it's a joke. Yeah, it happens and has been happening for years. As a matter of fact, the comedians who would take the stage, they'll say gross things about a number of different people. In recent times, they have stopped talking about gay people. They don't talk about gay people anymore. They don't talk about persons with disabilities anymore. And there are certain sectors that they don't speak about on the stage anymore. Jada has this disease. It's a disease that it's like you're going bald. You don't have hair on your hair. Your hair drops off. You're in the shower. Anyway, so your hair drops off, especially in the shower. You're showering and your hair coming out like water. You know, you pass and you watch your hand full of hair. So you're wondering if your palm turn under your arm. So something like that. You wondering if your palm turn under your arm. So you think that is how it is. No, I guess if I was there and I say that Will Smith would have boxed me too. No. I tell you what, Now everybody doing something saying, well, Chris Rock handled it well. Joke you're making. He ain't handled it well. Budung badang. You understand? At the end of it, let me tell you something. If Rock was standing there and Will walked up to Rock and he punched him, and Rock did not respond, I'll say, okay, cool. But let me tell you this. It was, and straight up I'm saying it, nigga, find your place. Nigga, step back. That's what it was, you know. And I'm going to slap you. That's what it was, you know. Those were the derogatory terms that were used before. I ain't talking about that night. But on that night, Smith chose to slap the guy. And according to my good friend Shannon, you know, on the Undisputed, if Will Smith had punched Chris Rock, it would have been better. But you don't slap people, because especially a black man slapping another black man. We, and listen carefully, we do not agree for a black man to use the N-word. Yeah, I'll go back civil now. To use the N-word to another black man. We don't want that. Nah. That reminds us too much of slavery. That slap thing is slavery thing too. Will believe because of his money, he has lost his melanin. But brethren, look again. You still have it. No matter how much money you have, Will Smith, you still have your melanin. I don't want the vex get vexed. And if you had walked on that stage and you punched Chris Rock, I'd be like, okay, fine, bro, you got it going on. But you slapped him? You. I just know who had Grenadian parentage, you know. I just know. Go and find one of them, what do you call the guy? The guy from Ladig, Birchgrove here. What's his name again? His mother from there. Malcolm X. Go and find, Will Smith. You don't have to wait for the Grammys or wait for the Emmys or whatever. Don't wait for that. Just go and find one of Malcolm X's far cousin. And just touch him on his shoulder. Boot up you there on your back. They'll show you the Grenadian. Yeah, grrr, blow. You want then, hold on. Did the world turn upside down? What happened? What just happened there? That's what it is. I don't understand you going and interfere with the guy on the stage. Watch. Will you lucky, you know? And let me tell you something. It's a testimony to the civilization of black people. Because, Will, if we didn't civilize, a couple of us come in and get you, you know, for that stupidness you practice there, you know. What to you, Will? What do you call the movie? Dying Saving You, you know. What do you call the movie again? Will Dane. Oh boy, nobody can remember? Yes, boy! Men in Black. You feel Men in Black would have saved you? It's a good thing. It speaks to the civilization of our kind of people. Rock, you ain't handle it good. So I ain't saying kudos to you. You did not handle it good. You should have punched him.
With everybody scrambling.
Yeah, all right.
To get a share.
Good morning, Grenada.
Wolves in sheep clothing. Birds of prey waiting to swoop down on you. And there's no telling what they'll do.
I call him my good partner here, Depo. Robert, good morning. You know that Depo would say something already. Good morning, Robert. How you doing?
Hi, morning.
What is the disease the lady have again?
Alopecia.
Alopecia, like for the day in the christening. If you wasn't in the christening, that's your business. Alopecia. That look. I bet you somebody will call the child that. Hold on, take time. 2 more births, 2 more births in the world, and somebody calling the child alopecia. Anyway, so Depo say Will should have stayed in his seat and shouted, or he should have emulated Dr. Mitchell and say, Chris, don't go there. I like that boy. You should have emulated Dr. Mitchell and said, Chris, don't go there. I believe. You understand? I really believe. But I don't understand how you could just walk up. Bro, what do you think about that? Good morning to you again. How do you think about that? Just walk up and just box the guy. Slap him, you know.
Yeah, I think I won't call it that he overreacted.
But you overacted then.
Yeah, I think that he lost it, and I don't know why. There must have been, well, I shouldn't say I don't know why. Based on what the news has reported, the joke would have been on his wife, and not everybody has a capacity to accept a joke that is that close to home. I am not there, so I don't understand well the nuances and so. Right, I'm not there, but it seemed that Will overreacted. So I guess I come back to the overreacted thing, because whatever it is, I don't know that you have the right to slap anybody. You are big people.
Slapping them.
You are big people.
Slapping them.
So I don't know if you have the right. So
slap is for children.
There could be a conversation also around whether the joke was appropriate or not. There could be a conversation about that.
Hey, hold on.
But I do not
Establish first and foremost, comedians. You are involved in comedy in one way or another, Robin. And that joke was a joke off the cuff, on the fly. And you know that if you're on the stage, whereas, yes, you have to follow a certain line. But sometimes when something comes on the fly, Bobby, before you know it, it's out, you know. And the North American circuit, in relation to comedy, the North American circuit, they have been, over the years, they make jokes off of everything, Robert. It's only recently they stopped deal with people who have disabilities and whatever. But if you walk in there and you're wearing an outfit that is out of this world, they give it to you there and then.
I understand well. I understand the sensitivity of the issue, or of the artist, and I'm speaking now as an artist, has license, what we call I'm the theater, so I call it theater license. I don't know if the same thing might be able to apply, over a broad spectrum. But even so, that license gives you an opportunity to ridicule, yes, circumstances. So take the Mickey, as the English would say, or the circumstances. But there's a thin line between comedy and going overboard. In the Grenadian culture, there are some things, for example, we don't use profanity on stages.
No.
Right.
They do.
Oh yeah, in America, if you can Lego them F sharp and so, and the MFs, you're not cutting it. You're not cutting it. I remember Fatman George said to me one time, he went to a show, and it was not a show in just New York. He went on a comedy circuit, and they were going over a lot of states and so, and he going there with his Grenadian approach to this, and he was not cutting it. The audience wasn't getting the reaction. And one person said, listen, you this is America.
Yeah.
You have to drop some of the expletives. Well, not drop it as discontinue, but you have to insert it.
Yeah, insert it in the thing.
So you say, well, he go there in its first timid self and he let go a little flimsy one. But the audience...
they like that. Yeah.
So I'm saying that one needs to understand the culture. It's not in our Grenadian culture so to do. Even in Grenada, there are some jokes, right? I know one particular artist, and I'm using this reference, because one particular artist has used references to someone in Grenada, someone in high standing, who has that same issue, and always make reference to the head, right? No, it has not elicited that same kind of response, but I'm sure that the person's head who was being sung about must have felt somehow.
All the times when Innocent is jumping up on stage and talking about Grenada as a country, we had problems with that.
Yes, we did. All right. it's probably not in our culture to go up on stage and just slap somebody. But I joked with somebody. I said, "But if that show had happened in Guelph, play smash up,
fighting, please."
because even if Chris did not respond, or they responded the way he did, some fan of his in the audience like get up and do something. If it doesn't go up,
even in the timid trade center where they're doing this, Robert, something happened. Trust me.
Yeah, theater license. Yes, one does have. The license to make a joke out of something, but when it comes to probably people with medical and other issues, you need to be careful.
I agree totally. However, the thing is, based on what I'm hearing, there's a possibility, not saying there is, but not saying it is a fact, but there's a possibility that Chris was not aware of her ailment. And he probably could have thought that it was a new hairstyle. Because North Americans are pretty crazy when it comes to hairstyle.
Okay.
So it could have been he thinking, okay, what? Well, Jada, take it all off, not realizing that Jada wasn't well.
And if that is if let's assume that is true, then I could see, I could see a joke like that, right? If he did not know, was not aware, what, Andre boy? See that head boy? Assuming you just take a nice haircut like she did. That head shining like a young Zabuka.
Yes.
That is something I would do on stage. If I do not know that there's a medical condition. But if I do know, then I will not make that joke.
You're right.
Yes.
But in any event, I'm not here as to it was handled correct by Chris or whatever. I just, from one black brother to another black brother, you don't slap. If he had gone there and said, BAM! Punch him. I'm like, okay, cool. Now you set up and you're ready for fight.
Well, either way.
You can punch. But Robert, if you slap me, Robert.
Yeah, no, there are certain
I'm gonna kill you, bro.
There are certain actions that are seriously derogatory.
Yeah, you can't slap me.
Especially the face.
You slap me in my face. No.
You don't spit on somebody.
You don't spit on me. You don't slap me.
Yeah.
You understand? No. Slap like a box in the face. Are you crazy? No. That is fight language. Instantly there is fight. Is there insurance for that?
I'll have to have a discussion with the reinsurers and see.
There must be something insurance to that.
Oh gosh, I don't know. I didn't even expect that question. So.
Yeah?
But it's an unfortunate incident.
It's insurable. Okay. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. I ventured. I opt not to venture there. But it's an unfortunate incident. Man upon man violence in any shape and form is not to be condoned. And it's a question of who was the bigger man on that night, right? I think Chris Rock was the bigger man.
No,
I think
I
he
agree.
was, because
they cough him down.
The alternative that was possible too. That was
then you'd have been the big man.
That was a reaction to or response.
Cough him down.
It was to
blood
me.
though.
It was to me not the preferred option, and I applaud Chris Rock.
Not applauding him.
Right?
I'm saying you make a mistake.
As a matter of fact, there have been apologies from both men. You know that. We recognized that he overreacted on that night, and he apologized, and not on the spot. Well, although there was an apology on the spot, but it stopped short of apologizing to Chris. But there was an apology in the media thereafter. Similarly, Chris, apologized for going there. Maybe somebody advised him afterwards.
Slap, spit, and the N-word.
Yeah.
All insults.
Well,
and they know it.
Trying to show the N-word, even in the U.S., brother to brother use the N-word. So I mean, but it's spelled different. So they say that different connotation. I don't know.
Anyway, I just want to know if you're insurance on that.
I don't know. You see, what is the risk of a black man on stage emceeing an award in Hollywood and another black man walking up and slapping because of something he say.
Well,
the incidents of that happening is one in a quadrillion. Maybe.
That is why you should have insurance on it.
No,
and it should be high.
no. That is why insurance companies may not be able. People may not be significantly interested in this to cause a business. The incidents are too few and far between.
I should have insured Will Face. That's see me that millionaire today.
No, but you know, because he still ain't get nothing. Chris Rock face you have to insure.
Oh yeah, Chris Rock. Yeah. Chris Rock. I'd be rocking the world now with money.
Anyway, listen to this. You have to be careful about jokes on people's wives. Otherwise, you will get rocked. By a slap.
By a slap. Yeah. You know that's gonna end up in a movie, eh?
Yeah, somehow, something so.
It's gonna end up. Somebody already. One of the writers already wrote that scene.
Boy, I saw about a zillion memes on the internet about this. There were all shapes and form and fashion of comedy surrounding that.
Mm-hmm.
Down to cartoons and all. I say, what? The cartoon do that and all that?
They're gonna the person, the writer, he has written that scene. Now he is looking at, okay, what is going to be
the rest of the story?
to start a movie? That is like almost the end. That is what is going to cause the war. You know, and then, black man go shoot black man again and all that thing.
The war of Jenkins' air?
Well, yeah.
This is a war of Will's slap.
Will's slap. That's the war.
Oh, man.
I can do it some water. But my water is not here yet. But I can do it some water. I need some water. I need to come with some very cold water in the morning. It's like I started back my walk, Robert.
That's good news.
Very good news. Yesterday morning, I walked from home down to the complex, back to the junction, and then back home.
That's good for us, Dan.
Yeah, this morning I did home to the Anglican school, back to the junction, and back home. I don't know whether or not I'm going to do tomorrow morning yet. I may, but if I do, it's going to be a little bit more. And then I go back from here to the Davy and come back. That one I ain't never. Wow.
Those were the days.
Those are the days.
I remember those days.
Yeah. Think you can still do it?
Yeah. I probably would have a sore muscle or two after the first.
But you need to, hold on. I'm not gonna go with you if you're not, if you have not done a couple. Are you doing a couple right now?
Yeah, I do some inside by me. I let me tell you something. Most people believe that the walk has to be measured, or the intensity of the walk, or the benefit of the walk is when it is measured over distance.
No.
So you have to reach out and go off.
No.
Oh, I walked reaching tongue.
Yeah.
A doctor once said to me, she said, you don't need the distance as much as you need intensity in terms of rhythm and time. So she says, I walk around my house. I do it for an hour. That's what she said. Now, if you know her house, there are areas where it's a little bit steep, and there are areas where it's just flat. So when she's going up the steep, she gets a little exercise. It's not for long, because it's not like she's going up mountain catching.
Mm-hmm.
But she says she does that for about an hour. She said, that's enough for me. She do that 3 times a week.
Yeah.
She looks good. She looks like she's, well properly exercised and so.
She looks as good as the guy. The guy. You know the guy. Or you say don't go there.
Yeah. No, he's good.
Yeah, he's good. He's phenomenal.
Good. Oh yeah, that's all.
I did what I did this morning was covered in that distance this morning, because I checked the time. It gave me 3,000 and something steps, yeah? And I checked the time and I did it in just under half an hour.
Yeah,
just under half an hour.
That's good. That's good going.
And then I stopped because I was talking to Zed.
Mm-hmm.
Because Zed was telling me about his accident.
Oh, I understand some can nearly go down.
Not nearly. They went down. He told me they went down in the place, and he was watching the one that happened just after dark on the canal there. He was watching that one. I was saying, you watch? He said, yeah, I'll come to see it because he said, you know about mines? I said, nope. He said he heard 3 explosions and he swears he put in pass and put something. He said he heard the car come down. He heard the car hit something. And then he heard water spray. So 3 things.
Pipe.
Yeah, so 3 things in one. Mm-hmm. I said, and once you did it, he stood there and he looked. I said, he didn't come out? He said, nope, no insect. You know, he ain't coming. He just stood there and he just looked. And the persons have not even spoken to him as yet. They didn't call him, they didn't reach out to him or anything. But of course, you know, he knows what it is. And I beg the person, hey, do me a favor, please. Go check the guy. That is one guy you don't want to you don't want to wrong him and then feel right about it. Anyway, let's feel good about it this morning, 25 minutes after the 8 o'clock hour. Bob White, what's it going to be this morning? What are we discussing this morning?
This morning we're discussing that which we intended to last week, which was the issue of how do you claim?
Yeah.
What's the process like? There are different ways to claim from your insurance policy or to claim on your insurance policy, and different processes, obviously. So we'll discuss today. Excuse me.
Yeah.
If you have a life insurance claim, I particularly funny. It hit me like a brainwave last week. But we've been speaking for weeks now, months, on the different benefits of an insurance or different types of insurance, the benefits, you know, and we never touched on how do you actually have a claim. You know, some people have an accident, for example, vehicular accident, and they don't know what to do because they just never had an accident before. It's not something you're going to rehearse, but it's something that you should know. What is the process? What are the steps? So this morning, we will not go on vehicle accident per se. That we could discuss another day. Because I don't really want to rush through the different, you know, those claims. I want to take people so they could maybe even take notes.
Yeah.
What you need to do.
So grab a pen, folks, and have it handy. You don't have to keep it in your hand. Just have it handy.
Right.
Or if you technologically smart. That's the word I was looking for. Thanks. Whosoever gave it to me. And you can speak to your phone and have it, you know, take the notes.
Yeah, just have it.
And then you scribe it. Otherwise, that when you think. So let's go.
So you are insured. And we can use it then in the context of you. How do you claim? Because if you die, you can be part of the process.
Okay.
So let's assume you're claiming as a beneficiary. So that insurance policy was written, let's say, on your father's life, and your father had you as the beneficiary. So you now want to make a claim on the insurance policy. So you want to submit a claim to the insurance company. First and foremost, you need to know what are the documents you need to provide. The policy contract, absolutely necessary. If you do not have the policy contract, then the process is completely different. The insurance company cannot say they're not paying. So for those who might be thinking, they don't want to pay because the contract is not available. No, the insurance company still must pay, but the process is different. So let's now discuss that you have the document. So you need to provide that to the insurance company, that document, because the document is the basis of the contract with the company, along, of course, with you having paid your premiums. These two factors are absolutely necessary in allowing the contract to continue. So the policy document, then you must get from the insurance company the appropriate claim forms. So we're speaking life insurance claim here. So you get a claim for a life insurance policy, right? Now that form will seek to ask you questions. In what capacity are you claiming? What's your name? Where do you live? That sort of thing. Information about you as a claimant, the person who is actually asking the insurance company to pay me these monies. You need to provide an ID as well, your ID as a claimant, right? Then you need to also provide an ID for the person, the deceased. Now, the insurance company, depending on their processes, may have had an ID at the time of application. But still, they sometimes put it down because if they didn't, then it's absolutely necessary. So you must have an ID for that person. You must as well have a death certificate, because there must be confirmation from a duly certified source that that person has died. And that source is actually your Department of Births and Deaths in Grenada. And that is referenced or confirmed through the provision of a death certificate. So you have that death certificate as part of the necessary documents need to be provided. Then you need to now have the document from the last physician who dealt with the person prior to the demise. So let's assume that there was an accident and forget accident. Let's say the person ended up in the hospital for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
And Dr. X dealt with them and they died in hospital. Then we need from Dr. X information as regards what happened. That is important. So let's run over what you need to get again. You need to get the policy, or you need to provide the policy document. That policy document is the actual confirmation, hey, that there is a contract. You need to provide an ID for the person who died, the deceased. You need to provide a death certificate as confirmation that they died. You need to provide a claimant's report or claimant's form, as we call it. That's you as a person making the claim, because you need to know, say, I am John Doe. I am claiming as beneficiary. I live at X. Look, here's an official ID. All right. So we know who we're dealing with, and we are able, for auditing purposes, to be able to say, well, yes, that is information on the claimant, and based on the policy document, that is who was named as beneficiary. So, and that's why it asks, in what capacity are you claiming? And for this purpose, we're using, the beneficiary designation. You have been designated as beneficiary by the person prior to the death, so you're claiming under this. Then we need to get a form from the doctor who last saw you, right? And
can't be the doctor who last saw me. I'm claiming the doctor who last saw.
No, it's the deceased. The deceased. Yeah.
I want to say you.
The deceased I meant.
Yeah.
But doctor who last saw the deceased.
Mm-hmm.
And once you have those, then you can come into the insurance company, and they will start the process to get your claim. So actually, the first visit to the insurance company is one where you would seek to get the forms and all that. So they'll explain the process, and you get the forms, and then you now need to go get the forms completed and then come back and present them to the company so that they can start processing the claim.
Okay. So first question that pops up with this, Bob White, is what if there is no ID by the deceased? We've searched, there's no passport, there's whatever, we can't find any ID by the deceased. How do we proceed?
So if you can't find any identification for the deceased, then the process now is different. So you need to have affidavits and so of maybe one or two persons who say, well, no, I know John and this. So it might be probably a family member, depending on who died. A family member, it could be the mother, or so I gave birth to that son, right? He was born on X, date of X month, 19 whenever, 20 whenever. So you need to get information now that confirms that the person actually existed, and that such information can be done through affidavits.
The death certificate, because they based on understanding, they go hand in hand. Birth and death certificate, correct?
Yeah.
Now, can the death certificate be used as an ID, understanding that the birth certificate is one of the prerequisites when you go to get your code voters national ID?
I don't know. That's an interesting question. I don't know. I've never had an example like that. Death certificate confirms that the person has died.
Yeah. Birth certificate confirms that the person
is alive or was born.
Was born.
Right?
Yeah.
Was born. So I don't know if they can be used interchangeably. I mean, you most first should have been born before you died.
Before you died.
And the fact that you died meant that you was alive at some point. So I don't know. But I've never had a case like this. Essentially, what people do is to get the affidavits. And
Yeah, they will get the affidavit.
Yeah.
But you might want to look at that because it might just pop up one day. Somebody saying, well, hey, here's the death certificate.
Well, I'll be honest, all kinds of variations, realities. Life, life, has its own set of circumstances, truth, stranger, and fiction. So all sorts of things happens. But we just never had this one. Well, not that I know of.
Okay. So make a mental note to check on that one for me. Now the other question is, you spoke about a note or a letter from the doctor who last saw the deceased.
Yes.
No, that is assuming. Based on that question, I'm assuming that you're assuming that the deceased was sick. What if the deceased was not sick and probably had not seen a doctor in eons? Because there are people who are walking around who have not been to the doctor and whatever. And the last doctor they probably would have seen may be the doctor who did the preliminary work on them, if I could call it that, when they decided to purchase that insurance policy. That may be the last doctor they've seen.
Yeah, well, when we spoke of last doctor, it was last doctor with respect to the illness, right? So there was
that is if there was
right,
illness.
if there was an
There's
illness.
an assumption that the person is ill.
Right, with respect to the illness. Now, the interesting thing is that I do not know if every company's process is identical, right? There may be similarities, but I can speak to one company that I know if that policy was in force for X amount of years and had not lapsed or anything like that, there's a waiver of that particular requirement, right? Once I think it has been forced for at least 10 years and there has been no lapse or anything like that. So they would waive that particular requirement. Now, I guess what the insurance companies will try to determine here is, and that's why again we said an insurance policy is a contract of utmost good faith. The companies accept when you told them at the beginning that I have not had this problem, I haven't had that problem. Even at the point that they will check. And that's why when a policy is lapsed and it's now being reinstated, the companies ask you for information again about your health. My advice to people is always speak the truth, because sometimes it can come back to haunt you, even at the point of death. When you want your family to receive X amount of dollars and you would have actually died and you hope, well, prior to death that this is what the instrument I put in place to create that fund for them, and to avoid the claim being voided because you did not speak the truth and information has now come to the fore that you did not speak the truth. To avoid that happening, speak the truth and speak it ever.
So you've seen, the last doctor you saw was Dr. X. The insurance then would like a letter from Dr. X.
Not a letter. There's a form that we have. So
they fill out the form.
Yeah.
If the insurance is still not satisfied, correct? Word to use? If they're still not satisfied, is it in their right to so do ask for a copy of the autopsy?
Yes, they can.
They can?
They can.
Okay.
The companies have the right to ask for also. For example,
caller, we coming to you. There's a caller.
If that policy has the accidental death and dismemberment benefit, because remember that benefit now, depending on how it is purchased, doubles the actual payout, right? Then the company can request a toxicology report as well. Was that person driving under the influence of alcohol?
And would that negate payment?
That could deny the payment if they find, if the toxicology report confirms that that person was drunk and driving. Now, it may not affect or deny the payment of the base coverage, But that which is related to accidental death and dismemberment, it can be denied.
We've got a caller. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Mr. Andre, and good morning to you, Mr. White.
Morning, sir.
Yeah. One question for you. If I'm insured for 30 years, 20 years, but I did not put in my wife or son or daughter as a beneficiary, and I die, will the insurance pay the money towards that one of my children or my wife?
Well, the answer is yes and no. The insurance, it depends on the claim that is brought to the insurance company. Now, let's establish that the insurance company must pay. So the question is not whether a claim is payable or not because there was no named beneficiary. Your wife and or children can now claim, but they must present letters of administration. So they must go to the court and get the court to recognize them as the ones who are entitled to the benefit. Right? And in doing that, you must provide information to the court that convinces them that you are or you should be entitled to that benefit. And once the court grants the letters of administration, then we are instructed or we operate on the basis of that. We take that as our instructions to pay.
So if the family cannot unite, one this daughter saying is she supposed to collect, son saying, wife saying, where does that leave the sum of money that's supposed to go to me?
Well, we would hold it, until such time as we have a proper document or a proper set of instructions
from the court.
From the court. Now the children, it makes sense, and Clifford, that's a very important question. I'm glad you raised it that way, because it's amazing the amount of the different set of circumstances that sometimes influence when we pay, how we pay. People sometimes don't unite the way they should, but in this instance, if there is no named beneficiary, here's what happened. If there is no named beneficiary, it is automatically considered that or understood that the beneficiary is your estate. Now, your estate is a legal terminology for, and it encompasses everything you own. So the insurance policy, let's assume that you, Clifford, have an insurance policy. You also have a home, you had a land, 2 donkeys, a car, all of that forms part of your estate. You have a gold chain, right? That's part of your estate too.
We getting that?
Everything that you legally own. So the letters of administration does not only speak to the insurance policy, but rather to your estate. And the insurance policy forms part of that estate. So it makes sense then that, or let me go before it makes sense. Now the law provides that, as let's say, if you are a married person, then your wife is your next of kin, so your wife gets that thing. That your wife could make the claim. She's claiming now as a wife. If you have children, then it's your wife and children. So you must have between them, they must come to some agreement who is going to be actually making the claim and so, but they're making the claim on behalf of, not just the two of us claiming to the exclusion of the rest, assuming that there are a couple children. Is the wife and somebody, maybe one of the cooperative children, can make the claim, but they're claiming on behalf of everybody. So there need to be distribution and so.
That could be complicated. That could find itself in another thing, because you have families that cannot unite. And when it comes to that now, if you can get that unity, all hell broke.
Right, and I agree with you on that. And that is why on a previous program, I would have encouraged persons to make a will. Because your will speaks to what do you want to happen to your estate. Now remember, your estate is a legal terminology for everything you own. So not just the insurance policy, but your will speaks to how do I want my estate to be distributed? Who gets what? And if you do have a will, then once the will is probated, your wishes are to be adhered to. And John will get the house, Mary will get the car, Peter will get the piece of land down by the river, John will get the piece of land in the mountain. You know, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Thanks, Clifford. I'm wondering here, Boboy, with all these intricacies, doesn't it, am I seeing some loopholes for lawyers here? Loopholes in terms of being, operating like if they do have hair in the palm of their hand?
Not loopholes, but they're opportunities. Right? Because
Depo must love this one. Not loopholes, Depo, but opportunities.
Yeah, because some of the things that need to be provided, you can't do it on your own. You must get legal assistance. The lawyers don't do it for free. So let me tell you something. If you want to stay aside here, and I'm speaking to you as our citizen now, if you don't want to organize yourself properly and make sure that you do what you have to do with respect to your estate and all of that, lawyers and vex, you must go to them. And they charge a percentage of the value, or they charge you a flat fee, whatever, but they don't work for free.
But Depo is saying here, oh my God, forged signatures and devilish language only demons can understand. You don't have to go into that. I'm just saying what he said here. You don't have to go into that at all.
You know, it's amazing. It's amazing how lawyers and policemen seem to be persons or that part of our citizenry that the rest of us don't seem to like at all. Except probably when we need them. All right? But let me say that different. That we seem to treat with suspicion, right? And maybe even contempt in some instances. But boy, there are some complicated issues that require the services of a lawyer, and we can't get away from that. And that's how they make their living. They don't work for free, right? So, but the key is to organize yourselves accordingly. Right?
Ensure that everything is copacetic.
Yes.
Right.
Because, for example, I know of, in our claims department, I know there are times when we ourselves are frustrated because we want to pay a claim. We want to close that file. And I'm again speaking just life insurance here. This person has died and we want to close that file. And the claimants can agree, or they can't provide this, or they can't provide that. Or you have instances where they're with non-letters of administration. And I'll tell you this, and this is now our personal experiences. I had 2 clients of mine died during the period of COVID. They had small policies, and no name beneficiary. Because I tell you something, even if I advise people to name a beneficiary, there are times, persons, they don't take you on. Oh, I'm thinking about it, or I'll do something afterwards, or I had John in mind, but I ain't too sure, let me hold on to it. People do those things. And then sometimes death occurs, and there's no named beneficiary. So we now would request the letters of administration. Now, letters of administration, you go to the lawyers, they can do it, right? But they don't work for free, as I said. And in those 2 cases, both of them, when they were quoted what it is the lawyers charge for the provision of the letters of administration, or assisting them to get the letters of administration, and they looked at the size of the value of the payout that they expect from the insurance company, it was a significant chunk, right? And in both instances, they felt, nah, boy, let me find out otherwise. So they went to 1 to 3 different lawyers, and while the figures changed, but not much, a little $500 more here, a little $500 less here. So it was still.
So you mean it's costing more than $500 to do that?
What? The cases that I'm referring to, and I really can't say as much as I want to say.
Don't call it names.
But the cases that I'm referring to the policies both were under $30,000.
And how much was the cost?
The cost for letters of administration range from $5,500 to $7,000 something.
Jeez, you mean? You might as well just give them.
So imagine you have a $30,000 payoff, and I say it was less than that, but imagine you have $30,000. It wasn't that far from 30.
Yeah.
And by the time you don't pay the $7,000 or the $5,000, that's a significant chunk out of the value of what you're getting, right?
But if you're getting $20,000 and you have to pay the lawyer $8,000, well, you may as well. You probably just give them.
And I am not here knocking the lawyers on what they charge.
No.
This is not.
I'm knocking
intention.
you. Knocking you for not doing it. Do your will now.
Right. Now, had somebody done, or even if a will is not done, but if you have a named beneficiary, because even if a will is done, there's still probating of the will and so on. There's certain costs associated with that still. Right. So if a beneficiary was named, once we have all the documentation, then we just pay directly to that beneficiary. Right? Now, there are instances, I agree, when just naming one person as a beneficiary may not be an adequate solution, because you may have 3 children, and if you name one as beneficiary and that all the money goes to that one person, even if the expectation or the advice is that, John, out of my 3 children, you're the first one I have. So I figure you're the one who will handle things the way you should. And so I give you this money and name you as beneficiary. If there's no other documentation or instruction, once that money reaches in John's hand, it is legally his.
Can I send a message, please?
Yes.
Okay, cats. No. Both of you, okay? I must let it be known.
So John could hold on to that money.
Because it's his, legally it is.
Yeah,
his.
well, you might be able to take John to court and all of that, and it might be I don't know, there might be some legal ways, but still, what you find is that it's difficult. It takes money. Again, the question of money, and it might be just be asked to pay a lawyer just what you might have gotten if John had given you the money anyway. So at the end of the day, you probably would be entitled to $5,000. And the lawyer fees work out to be $6,000, then it doesn't make sense. You just forget it.
Beneficiary. The deceased died in a car accident. However, the beneficiary was in that same car. Accident. Dies also. What happens?
That's a very interesting scenario, because it brings to mind who died first.
Exactly.
Right? Because if the beneficiary, let's assume that the owner of the policy died first, then as at the point of death, everything flowed to the beneficiary, right? And so, if everything flowed to the beneficiary, it then becomes the property of the beneficiary. And when the beneficiary died, it now becomes the property, or it flows to the beneficiary's estate. So if the beneficiary has a child or a whatever, a next of kin, that's who would benefit. But if we don't know
who died first. So what happens then?
So that has to be established, maybe by an autopsy or something so.
Okay.
Established as to who died first. Because let's assume now the beneficiary died first. Then if the beneficiary died first, then again, it can probably get a little more complicated. What type of beneficiary was it? Was it a revocable or irrevocable beneficiary?
So you see...
And if it was a revocable beneficiary, it probably might be easier handled. But if it was an irrevocable beneficiary, then it becomes a little more complicated as regards the estate and all of that. But you see, while these things don't happen every day,
but they can.
And sometimes insurance companies find themselves in very, very ticklish positions with respect to how do we adequately and properly pay. Because guess what? you may find that at the end of the day, you just paid on the basis of, well, okay, this man just come and say, all right, my father died in an accident and so. I don't ask all those intricate questions and so. And then what if another child comes with a claim and that other child has done a more in-depth preparation, maybe it's one of a word, or they come with all sort of documentation that confirms who died first and who died first. What does the company do? You don't pay already. Right?
You're paying it.
And insurance companies want to avoid that. Yes?
So that is why insurance companies would hold on until they are certain that this is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I will not get trapped and having to be drawn into court on this matter.
Yeah, because I tell you this. Now, persons see insurance companies as big institutions, big establishments that have a lot of money.
Well, that's true.
And some do. And it's a good thing they do. Right? But more than that, sometimes people figure, well, not just they have a lot of money, but they don't want to pay. Right? No, that's public perception now. If enough people believe that you have the money and you don't want to pay, then you know what's going on. Then your reputation now. Your
reputation goes and your intake starts to crumble.
That's your reputational risk.
Mm-hmm.
So there are times when companies, to avoid the reputational risk, they sometimes pay, I can tell you of a case right here in Grenada where...
Or you can speak to a case. You can't tell me.
I can speak to a case right here in Grenada where that agent sold his mother an insurance policy. His mother. The policy lapsed. No, you could sell your mother. Nothing wrong with that. Right? You could sell your mother. I have insurance policies on my life. I have insurance policies on the life of my children. You could sell the people around you.
I just was going to call Jim.
Right? Now, the policy lapsed and it was reinstated. So far, so good. But there are questions at the point of reinstatement that ask, have you in the last 2 years, 1 year, whatever, had X, Y, Z, Z, right? The company is making inquiry into your medical circumstances because that is necessary to help them to determine the risk.
Mm-hmm.
Not just because you had insurance for the last 5 years with us, means that you are the same risk 5 years thereafter. You may have developed something in the last 5 years that we're probably not prepared to insure now. Although if your policy did not lapse and the contract wasn't broken.
You're in bother.
No, because we can't come back and say your circumstances have changed. We accept you as you are now. And we expect that you, strange enough, will be so forever.
Yeah.
Right?
But if you get worse, well, that's the risk we as a company
have taken.
Right.
So in the questions, they were all answered no. So no high blood pressure, no this, no cancer, no nothing. Okay?
Oh no.
About, I can't remember the exact time, a couple of months thereafter, the mom was diagnosed with cancer.
Ouch.
And subsequently died. Now she died, the policy was in force. But when the company looked at the timeline, they said it is very likely, as at the point of death, not reinstatement, that there should have been information
in
relation to that particular thing. Based on the stage of the cancer and all that, it was very unlikely that it just showed up just like that. Okay. Now, the company did their research and they found out that the doctor did advise, but he paid, and I gotta tell you why they paid. They could have gone to court because a thing like that, they could deny.
Yeah.
And if they deny, there's recourse to the court. Very likely that could have happened. And now, if you are drawn to court as an insurance company for refusal to pay a claim, now you have to go and defend that. You can't just ignore it. So when you have to defend that, who you have to get? You lawyers. They had to do research and all of that.
And that's costing money.
Yeah. So when and that's the point. When the company measured the risk to benefit analysis or ratio,
just leave it
they
alone.
said, one, it will be banded all over the newspapers that
we bad pay.
We don't want to pay claims. Yeah. Two, so that's a reputational risk. Two, we have to pay the lawyers. Whether we win or lose this battle, it doesn't matter. We have to pay the lawyers. And then thirdly, when you look at what the cost will be for defending it, as opposed to the actual payout, is almost the same thing. Companies say, let me pay the money and done.
And then four, Robert, you're losing. Let us put that agent as one of your best agents. You're going to lose an agent.
That's correct.
That's four.
That's correct.
And you don't want that.
That's correct.
So and you paying that at that particular point in time, you make that payment to that agent. The company, you just gone way up on his books, eh?
No, but there's another beyond that. Then beyond that, that agent is tarnished.
Yes, he is.
Because now it says.
And now you're looking to get rid of him too, eh?
It says even if the interesting thing with that scenario, by then the agent was not with the company anymore. But if the agent was still with the company, his reputation
in the company
is because now the underwriters are watching everything you submit with hawk's eye.
Hawk's eye, final question here from your guy. Andre, ask Mr. White for me how long it takes before property goes into state custody. It may explain why we have so many dilapidated, i.e. Western type buildings in town.
I don't know. I don't know. Unfortunately, I can't answer that question. All right, and it's not directly in line with what we were speaking this morning. But I really would have loved to answer that question, but I can't.
Well, that's your boy, so you'll find out for him one of these days.
Dear Depo?
Yeah.
Depo, I don't know. I'll find that out, though. Yeah. I'll find that out.
All right, thank you for the morning. This one was a nice one. I don't know, for some strange reason.
Well, I don't know. It was interesting because I hear you. I saw your expressions and I saw you understanding the company and something, and I said, what? Let me take it away the last.
No, Chris must get rocked some more.
Yeah.
Chris must get rocked some more. Hey,
boy, I don't know if I will like that.
Hey, folks, it was nice to have you, Bobby. News, that's next. Stay with us.
Right.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
This is the latest news update produced by Triple N. Details when we get back.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
Welcome back. Locally, Grenada's National Cricket Stadium received great reviews following West Indies' victory in the Apex Test Series against England. In the region, in Barbados, during her trip, Prime Minister Motley announced a partnership between her government and Xprize Foundation, a non-profit organization that designed and hosts public competitions intended to encourage technological development to benefit humanity to restore the world's coral reefs. Here are the details.
During her trip to AUE, Motley also announced a partnership between Barbados and the X Prize Foundation, a nonprofit organization that designs and hosts public competitions intended to restore the world's corals. Motley says the initiative will help to stem the tide of destruction of the world's corals by 2030.
That very shortly, a partnership between the government of Barbados and Xprize will see a commitment to working to restore the coral reefs of the world. For if we can come together and raise the $20 million necessary for the prizes, that will allow for persons to rebuild coral reefs over 3 hectares, according to the work that they're doing across 3 different coral species, we believe that we can begin to stem the tide that will see the destruction of the majority of the world's coral reefs by 2030 if we don't act together as one. So I use this opportunity today to say to us, let us come together and save our planet Earth, because it relies on us as human beings making those sensible choices day by day if it is going to work.
Around the globe, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and the top diplomats of Israel and 4 Arab states wrapped up a landmark meeting vowing to boost cooperation, which Israel said would send a strong message to its arch foe, Iran. Here is more.
Finally, as neighbors, and in the case of the United States, as friends, we will also work together to confront common security challenges and threats, including those from Iran and its proxies.
This new architecture, the shared capabilities we are building, intimidates and deters our common enemies, first and foremost, Iran and its proxies. They certainly have something to fear. What will stop them is not hesitation or being conciliatory, but rather determination and strength.
And in sports, a group of more than 70 current and former gymnasts has called for an independent investigation into toxic culture and abusive practices within Canadian gymnastics. A letter was sent to Sports Canada's Director General, Vicky Walker, saying multiple complaints have been made against Canadian coaches. It added that the fear of retribution prevented the group from speaking out. We can no longer sit in silence, the group said in the letter. We are coming forward with experiences of abuse, neglect, and discrimination in hopes of forcing change. We ask Sports Canada to take action to ensure the next generation of Canadian gymnasts is not subject to physical and psychological trauma that we have had to endure. This ends the latest update of news. Thank you for listening.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent. Perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines. Yet suitable for your hand wash. Soft on your hands. Ozone disinfectant cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness. Keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents: soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean. The Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while